there's quite a few smells. I mean, there's of course the exhaust from the traffic. You know, a lot of the smells that we have in New York will definitely be recycled into other books because New York is probably the luxury of New York is that there's just so many smells. You know, it's probably one of the most popular cities, so a lot of the smells do cater over into other cities as well. But yeah, I mean, there's the exhaust from all the traffic. There's the very well-known hot dog shops over there. There's the smell of plastic. I'm kidding.
Do you have a heightened sense of smell now? I mean, are you always sniffing things after you became a sniffing?
I definitely do a personal mental catalog of smells. Yeah.
Once you put the book to bed, I guess it's at the bed in every case. You know, when you finish the book. Did you think to yourself, I should have added this one? Again, 19 rather than 20 or...
Right. No. I mean, I definitely...
Was there one more that you wanted to do?
I mean, there's a couple that I've kind of held on to, like, should I, shouldn't I, you know, like, just kind of hard to let go of. But I definitely want all the smells to be city smells as opposed to, like, you know, smaller smells that would, you know, you'd encounter going into, you know, a high-end boutique or those kinds of things, but more kind of street smells, you know, more things that everyone is more likely to encounter when they come to New York.
Okay, so where do you go from now with the book? You're doing an interview? Well, you're doing an interview right now.
I'm doing an interview.
What other interviews? I mean, I know you've been to Golden Voices and things. Talk about those. You know, what has been the relationship with the media since?
Well, I mean, luckily, I have had a lot of media attention on my own. When I went up to Kickstarter, which is, again, another reason that it worked out so well for us, that it got so much attention from New Yorkers, you know, because New Yorkers that live here know that this city stinks, you know, but stinks so good, you know, like, you know, like it's a smelly place from the good to the bad, you know, so it's gotten a lot of media from, you know, talk shows, from online magazines, from blog sites, from, you know, we've gotten a lot of attention from parents who just, Scratch and Sniff is very nostalgic, you know. It used to be around, you know, 15, 20 years ago, and you don't really see it anymore in any of the kids' books when it was so prevalent in my childhood, you know, all the stickers and collecting them and the albums of collecting them and that kind of thing.
What about subways? There's
a Subway smell, all right.
Unusual smells at subways. You didn't do any subway?
There is a Subway smell.
There is a smell.
Absolutely.
Which what is it?
There's no name for it. It's a Subway smell. This unidentified, very peculiar, not so delicious smell.
Okay, so let's say you went back to the scientist and you try to explain to the scientist how did you come about getting that Subway smell, because it's so kind of...
Yeah, it's a...
How did that...
I think it's just a fusion... It's just a fusion of their smelliest smells.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, of course, and there is a Subway shop where there's, you know, someone selling churros in the Subway, and there's that smell, which is a good smell, you know? So it's not all bad.
And I've seen things in the corner that aren't necessarily made for the... Cosmere is so much
True. I mean, it is a kid's book, so I have to keep it,
right.
you know...
Okay, so you have other books, and is there a sequel to the New York smell? Again, going back to cataloging smells, are there? I don't know. This is going to be for series.
I don't know about a sequel to it. I mean, I'm sure I'll get a lot of you know, requests and things that might have not made it to this book that, you know, maybe I could come up with an updated version of it or something and make all of my readers happy. But yeah, I mean, we just have to kind of gauge it with this first book.
What about international? London?
Oh yeah, I definitely plan to do a European Scratch and Sniff division.
So you think this is it? Are you eventually concierge? You know,
we'll have to see. I mean, my heart would be broken if I had to give up concierge, but it might be something that I have to do in order to help, you know, my book get pushed, you know, and taking time off to encounter other cities and write about them is.
And were you concierging now?
Just right here at a Times Square hotel.
Where?
At a Times Square hotel, right?
Times Square. You don't want to divulge where it is. People, well, you never know. People could come and stay and just to
Right.
just to be with Amber Jones.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'd have to discuss with them if I ever discuss the hotel. So I
So
just want to
it's not
keep
you.
my job.
Keep the job. Give us a website, a little information, how people get the book, and then we'll
Oh yeah, absolutely. The website is scentsationalbooks.com. So it's like smell, SCENT, sationalbooks.com, and you can purchase a book on there. You can write to me, send me an email. Tell me what you can't wait to smell.
Can't wait to smell. I believe your email address is sniffusout.
Yeah, sniffusout@gmail.
Sniffusout@gmail. Again, we're sitting, and I'm thank you very much. You haven't gotten anywhere near your coffee.
I know.
But we had to get something. We're sitting because John's Pizzeria was loaded and they're packed.
I know.
And then the kids' room came in like a
I know, I totally forgot. It was my error. I wasn't even thinking that it's actually pre-theater time right now because there's a 2 o'clock matinee.
Yeah,
so everyone's trying to get fed before they go to the theater.
And Hair is back on Broadway
Exactly,
over here.
yeah.
And Discovery has, of all things, going back to the earthquake for a moment, Pompeii.
Oh yeah,
is
which is
running a
really, really
Pompeii
good exhibit actually, yeah.
And in a way, it's kind of, the day, yesterday being the earthquake in Pompeii, of course it isn't nearly as serious, but there's almost a connection there.
Yeah, I mean
it's not the same tragedy, of course, but it was
a volcano.
volcano.
Pompeii, yeah. But yeah, I mean I'm sure, and it was. I saw Pompeii, and I was actually really impressed with the way that they put that exhibit together, and I found it really. It's just I never really knew anything of Pompeii, so just to be able to experience it like that, I mean, you actually experience it like a villager, so it's actually a very cool exhibit.
Yeah, I was in there because I wanted to do a piece in there. I want to go back to the concierge for just a moment. A person comes over. You're talking about Pompeii. Now, you went to see that. Was it as a professional to go and see that? Do you get? I'm sure they're inviting you to see this thing. So you can steal
absolutely.
People.
Oh, sure.
So how do you? I mean, that is another aspect of concierge.
Yeah.
I'm living down Myrtle Beach, so when you walk into many places, you got to know golf, and these guys play golf.
Right, I'm sure.
Do you get to visit the places and recommend? Or,
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
I mean-
actually go in there and say, here's whatever, or you told this is what we're recommending, this is what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm young, I do consider myself an old school concierge, where I don't recommend places that I haven't been. Some people come to us and they already know where they want to dine, they already know where they want to go, and I'm happy to make those reservations for them. As far as making a recommendation, though, I definitely only recommend places that I've been to, that I've experienced, whether I've had a drink there and enjoyed the atmosphere, I know who the maitre d' is, and that kind of thing. Again, it is a treat doing in New York City to be invited to all these wonderful exhibits, all these art shows on Broadway, restaurants, and that kind of thing. So there's definitely a perk to it, but it's something that I take very seriously, yeah.
What do you highly recommend now? Okay, come up to the desk, Amber, we want to do something, we go to a show, we want to spend, Amber, what is what you do on the weekend?
I mean, I do get that a lot. Like, I'm here for New York, what do I want to do? And it's basically, what do you like to do? There are so many things. If you want to, the person that wants to go shopping in Soho may not want to go to the United Nations for a tour. So I kind of have to sit with you and discuss what it is you would like. Do you like art? Do you like dance? Do you like comedy, jazz clubs? Do you want to go shopping? Do you want to only do sights? Are you afraid of heights? Those kinds of things I need to know about you so that I can better design an itinerary for you.
Do you have any idea what is the number one play people are coming in to see right now? What do you get the most action on? Is there a specific show? I'm sure Phantom of the Opera, but
yeah.
I think the world is seeing it.
I know. If they haven't.
Yeah. What is your most requested? Good.
The most requested, as far as Broadway shows, I mean, it's so difficult to say because the Broadway shows are constantly turning over. Phantom of the Opera is something that people feel like is the classic Broadway show. So, if they've never been to New York before, they can say that they've been to Phantom of the Opera, and it kind of validates them being on Broadway, as opposed to seeing a newer show like Sister Act or Addams Family. And even though they're fantastic Broadway shows and they're $1 million sets and that kind of thing, for some reason it doesn't offer them the same validation as noting something that so many people have seen. Like a Les Mis production or a Miss Saigon or these kind of older shows. But yeah, there's fantastic things on Broadway, and luckily, I mean, with all the new technology and the way they can make these shows, they're multi-million-dollar shows, huge sets, moving sets. The stages are phenomenal, so it's really come a long way.
Is Cat still around?
No.
She's gone.
Yeah.
I was a host at a country and western bar Runnings on 45th and 46th and 2nd Avenue. Big time country and western bar. And there was a girl who was a dancer, a performer, dancer, singer, and she was appearing in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. And that was a big time stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And she was getting ready to shoot out the Cats. She decided to, and I thought, well, Best Whorehouse in Texas, why are you leaving it to go to something you're, oh no, they're expecting you.
Yeah,
And it finally happened.
Very long running show, yeah. Longest.
And Hair's back.
Hair is back. Yeah, there's a lot of revivals. Anything goes. Revivals are wonderful. It's definitely a way for kind of people to see kind of more old school scenarios and stories, and it's kind of old world, 10,000 dancing feet and like that kind of. Right. Yeah, I love a revival. Yeah.
Because at Radio City, well, I was an usher at Radio City. Now it's only open for concerts and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Radio City Music Hall on Friday night. I'd be ushering.
Oh yeah.
And they on the main floor. And we'd have the place with 6,200 seats were packed, and then people waiting on line. The foyer was completely filled with people on every level. And then you walk outside, and the people were wrapped around the building waiting to come in. It was just
I know. I just saw a show there, and it's like 3,300 seats or
62. I don't know. Less than that, it's smaller, but it was 6,200 seats when I was there.
Well, they just showed Zarkana there, so yeah.
Oh, that's right.
The Cirque du Soleil show.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I have a ticket right here.
Oh.
They're handing them out. I can't get to it right now. That's. I think it's. I got it right here. Here you go. If you want to. There's the ticket. See, there you go.
Yeah.
They're handing them out on Broadway right there. Anyway, let's go back to the book now. Who did the artwork?
Tim Probert. He is an up-and-coming artist. He's fantastic. I give him complete creative control outside of my little, maybe annoying tweaks. Like, I want him to wear an I Love New York shirt in this picture. He's just so creative. He's really kind of taken the words and made these really fun, interactive scenes where you can really feel the movement of the city. He's just there's quite a few smells. There's of course the exhaust from the traffic. A lot of the smells that we have in New York will definitely be recycled into other books because New York is probably the luxury of New York is that there's just so many smells. It's probably one of the most popular cities, so a lot of the smells do cater over to other cities as well. But yeah.
Did you think to yourself, I should have added this one? Again, 19 rather than 20 or...
Right. No. I definitely...
Was there one more that you wanted to do?
There's a couple that I've kind of held on to, like, should I, shouldn't I, just kind of hard to let go of. But I definitely want all the smells to be city smells as opposed to smaller.
With the media sense.
Well, luckily I have had a lot of media attention on my own. When I went up to Kickstarter, which is again another reason that it worked out so well for us, that it got so much attention from New Yorkers, because the New Yorkers that live here know that the city stinks, but stinks so good, it's a smelly place from the good to the bad, so it's smells that would, you'd encounter going
Right.
into, a high-end boutique or those kinds of things, but more kind of street smells, more things that everyone is more likely to encounter when they come to New York.
Okay, so where do you go from now with the book? Are you doing interview? Well, you're doing an interview right now.
I'm doing an interview.
What other interviews? I mean, I know you've been to Building Voices and things. Talk about those. What has been the relationship?
I mean, there's the exhaust from all the traffic. There's the very well-known hot dog shops over there. There's the smell of plastic. I'm kidding.
Do you have a heightened sense of smell now? I mean, are you always sniffing things? Have you become a sniffing?
I definitely do a personal mental catalog of smells. Yeah.
Once you put the book to bed, I guess it's at the bed never cases. When you first